And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second series of the broadcast. It's only us. We've been live for 2 hours. It's still only second series. It's gonna be a long broadcast, isn't it? We're not gonna get any sleep. But welcome back. We just wrapped up with Scarlet versus Diego versus Kelazhur, and we're gonna be following Kelazhur into the lower bracket. Again, just to be transparent, if you want to tune into Scarlet, she does advance on into the next round to face off against who? Against Estrella in the upper bracket. And of course, that's gonna be covered by the mainstream. Again, the mainstream, they have priority. The mainstream have dibs, so they're going to be all over that match, all over that series. Meanwhile, we have our own series that's spawning in the right-hand corner of Tokamak. We have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Xeritus Esports. It is a Cham. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brazilian Terran player, the blue Terran. Currently teamless, representing himself, just wrapped up with an insane and intense series. It is a Kelazhur. Diego. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 5. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, not a best of 3. Non-stop best of 5s with a best of 7 qualifying match grand finals at the end. Here we go. And again, we're here in the lower bracket. What that also means, elimination match. This is an elimination match. The loser of this series will be out of the tournament. They'll be out of EWC. Oh boy. Here we go. As we do have our initial opener here, it is going to be CC first. We saw this actually in game 1 against Scarlet on Magnatha, if you recall. But CC first out of Kelazhur, going for a delayed Rax. Very greedy build here by our Terran player. Meanwhile, Cham across the map going Hatch Gas Pool. Much more standard opener out of Cham, and again, a greedier start from our Terran. And I don't know if I'm ready for some more mech. I'll be like, I just realized what I've just stumbled into. I've stumbled into another TvZ on Tokamak. No. Now, Tokamak, of course, is one of the more macro maps in the map pool. I've been saying like, oh, it's like a macro map, but to explain it a little bit here, is the fact that the 3rd and 4th base are a lot more secure. They're closer to each other. By the distance by ground is a little bit closer. They're a little bit more condensed together as well. On top of that, typically the area in between the two bases and coming into the natural is open. Typically this area is a ramp, it's open. That's the case on Pylon, for example. That's the case on Magnatha. Here it's closed. Here it's closed by rocks, so it's more secure. It means that aggressive rotations are limited, especially in the early to mid game, until you break down those rocks yourself. So it is easier to rotate yourself with the aggression, with the movement of your opponent. So easy to keep up with rotations. Likewise, choke points here at both these locations. Likewise, a ramp in the center as well, so you can also make a stand in the center of the map to slow down a push, to slow down aggression, and to buy time. So in general, just more defensive features here. As we do rush into the 3rd TC. So 3rd TC after the Rax. Very economic build here overall. And the last time we saw this led into mech. So I feel like we're going to be seeing some more mech out of Kelazhur. Meanwhile, Cham, El Chamaco, I'm sure he was watching. I'm sure he was watching that last series. I'm sure he was watching Scarlet compete. So I'm sure he is aware. As we have some more classic Latino America versus Latino America action here. Like Cham and Kelazhur, they have so much history with each other. So many matches between themselves over the years of StarCraft. Cham, of course, being the best Zerg player in Latino America for a very, very long time, and Kelazhur being top 2 Terran alongside Juanito for a long time as well. I say for a long time because in recent years, even when Juanito was active, even towards the end, before we did get rid of DreamHack Latin America, Kelazhur, he was surpassing him. Kelazhur, at one point a couple of years ago, was dubbed the best Terran in Latin America, even greater than Juanito, even greater than Special. But that was what, like 2023, I want to say. Like, I think, what am I correct? Was 2023 when Kelazhur won DreamHack Latin America? Can't quite recall. There was also a season where Cham beat Special as well. And EPT Latam. Until then, though, we are going to be rotating again. BC follow-up out of Kelazhur. We are going to be making it up from here. Of course we are. Hellions going for a dive. Meanwhile, Cham, tech-wise, only Link Queen. Drone's going to be going down. Not many drones to work with. Sorry, not many links to work with. Voice being pulled, does get us around. It does lock down the Hellions. Whew, that could have been so much worse. That was 4 Hellions for 6 drones, almost a 1-to-1 trade. And behind this, Cham rushing into said lair and into the Roach Warren. So is getting into Roach play. Meanwhile, Battlecruiser production behind this. The Overlord Scout is coming in. Has yet to confirm. Oh, yo, we got Abathur. Let's go. The Marine will deny the Scout. Extra factories on the way, to be expected. Again, BC, it is a common introduction here to go into mech. Common opener. It does lead to mech. Cham still in the dark. He is getting spores, though. Spores in each base. Queens as well. Additional Hellions are revealed. Cham opening up, going into a Spire already. The Overlord Scout does confirm the fusion core. Cham is aware. Is aware. Hellions making their way into the mineral line. Gonna be zoned back. So far, Cham is holding, is defending. Some decent drone count. On 3 bases, but his 4th base is late. 100%. The 4th base is late. We can see Kelazhur, he's parked over the 4th base on the left, and he does check the 4th base on the right. No expansion. As BC does dive into the main. Getting 1 or 2 drones already, but the Queens are ready. They're in position. Queens are in position. More Queens, they rotate. Getting it to 5 drone kills. Five drones going down. Meanwhile, more factories, more mech. Yeah, more mech on the way. But again, it was an earlier Spire, and I believe we already have those. Oh, we have potential for Corruptors. Not yet. +1 air attack is on the way. There we go. Corruptor production has begun. Banshee is deflected. And Cham is securing himself, but again, the 4th base is delayed and his economy is also quite late. We have a really weird dynamic here where the Terran player is actually ahead economically. So that is a concern. As Kelazhur is in a better position. Kelazhur already working on a 4th CC, as Cham is getting his 4th hatchery. Ideally, the Zerg player wants to be up a base to keep up with the muling of the Terran. It's back at home now, getting to Cyclones. Macro Accelerators on the way. Cham likewise also working towards Infestors. There's that Infestation Pit. As we saw in the previous series, like that's kind of the trajectory that we should be heading into Lingbane, Roach, Ravager, Infestor with Corruptor support. There was that one game where Skylar was playing around with Swarm Hosts, but we shouldn't be seeing that here. My big concern, though, again, is the economy. The economy has been lackluster for Cham. Late 4th base, late saturation, late droning. Corruptors, they almost catch out the BC. Almost. As Kelazhur is expanding. Likewise, he does catch out some of these queens. And Cham, he might just be overrun, to be honest. Like, Cham just doesn't really have much to work with right now. Like, the low economy is terrifying. Especially against mech. Like, mech already has a more efficient army, to be honest. So to have a better economy is terrifying. As BCs, they do head into the mineral line, but Corruptors are ready. They're ready, they're waiting. They force back the BCs. Kelazhur rotating around. Cham, ooh, is going into some Swarm Hosts. Bold move. There's 4 Swarm Hosts on the way. As I saw previously, it is difficult to make them work here against Battle Mech, and now we're getting up to 12 Swarm Hosts. That's a lot of Swarm Hosts. Hellions to get into another mineral line. No Blue Flame, I just realized. There we go. I think Kelazhur just realized as well. Blue Flame just now begins. He's had the money for it for quite some time. Does notice what he's lacking. Congo does catch 1 Cyclone. Ooh, and Kelazhur is being cornered. Uh-oh. Yeah, he does get cornered. Lings, they get a wrap around. They collapse on the Cyclones. More Cyclones going to be falling. Ay, ay, ay. Kelazhur, he has to pull out. But Lings, they chase him down. Catching out more Cyclones. Yeah, some rough losses here from Kelazhur. And Cham, Kelazhur is being overwhelmed. Kelazhur did overextend. He plummets in supply. Cham, he's maxed. Cham maxed out. Local saves coming in. And Cham, instead of using them to harass, he's using them to just break through the main army. He's just brute forcing his way through. Here comes that Locust Wave. Forcing back the Cyclones. Yeah, BC's under fire as well. Oof, and Cham, he does get into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. This was a bit of a brutal trade as Cham, he will lose his army. But behind this, more Swarmhosts, more Corruptors, more Roaches on the way. Cham peels off towards the left-hand side. Kelazhur struggling. Initially, again, he had the better economy. He was maxed out. He was keeping up. But he was caught out. He was caught with his pants down. Kelazhur not going for the center expansion. Local save comes in. And we're not even using Niduses, by the way. Takes out 18 SCVs. And the Zormers, they just waddle away. Waddle away at the same time. A Ling Rochi on the right hand side going for the would-be planetary. Does deny. Cham is just all over this. Takes out a BC. And another massive Fungal. Yeah, Fungal does catch out Kelazhur. And Cham is all over this. He will take down every single Cyclone. Once again, Cham just able to outposition or just punishing Kelazhur for overextending time and time again. Whether it was here in the top left or here in the bottom right. Investing in the Mass Corruptor. Takes down the CC. Swarmers, they just waddle in across the map. And again, this is a much different style than what we saw from Scarlet. And Cham finding a lot of success here. Just pushing on forward. The Stormhosts have been more successful here. And Kelazhur just cannot keep up with these trades. Likewise going for the CC. This time will not get it. So pull away. Does pull back, does pull away. Again, there was still 19 SCV kills. Cham catching out the army. And the BC is going to go down. And likewise, another massive Fungal. Catching out the Cyclones. Corruptors are going to be thrown away. But here comes the Locust Wave. As we do bleed out all these Roaches. But it's fine. Still a worthwhile trade here for Cham. As he once again gets into the bases, denies mining. No major damage here, but does get a gas geyser, a depot. Value nonetheless. And we just waddle away. I mean, on the one hand, like, another reason why this is more successful, one, the Stormhosts are very vulnerable. There's no way out for them. But the Nidus Swarms, they're an audio tell to the Terran, right? That that Stormhosts are coming, right? If you're allowed Nidus Swarmhost, whenever they pop out, the Terran player is notified, oh, okay, there's like Swarmhost here in this area. But here, Cham, he just walks across. He just, well, let's go. The stealth Swarmhost. Just sneaking up on Kelazhur time and time again. They do sneak up. Once again, Fungal on the main army. Catching, oh, it does overextend though. Yeah, Infestors are going down. We rally them in. So not the best trade here from Cham. But I mean, he's still resetting the Cyclone count. Getting 6 more SCVs. The Swarmhosts, they are a little bit isolated. And the Kelazhur, I'm sure he's looking. Yeah, he's searching. He's looking for the Swarmhosts. It's like, where the hell are they? Get out of here, Cham. Get out of here. It does waddle away. Kelazhur taking the gold. He's going for the gold base. Likewise, Cham, he is aware. Planetary just now finishing. And the Locust Wave will shut this down. You can see Kelazhur is searching for the Swarmers on the left-hand side, but they're on the right instead. And once again, there's no Nidus here to alert Kelazhur. He doesn't know where they are. And the Planetary is... Oh, it's going to be close. Does get it. Whew. Takes down the Planetary. Cyclones are run into the main army. And Kelazhur, he's running out of steam. He's running out of money, running out of bases. Down to 2. Swarmers now, they rotate to the right-hand side. Going for the 4th base. Oh, nice fungal. Yeah, the chain fungals are real. Once again, catching out those cyclones. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of cyclones do go down. Allows a zone away. Yeah, well, here comes that Locust Wave. Going for the Planetary. And the Planetary, it's going to be close. Looks like there are enough repairs. Yeah, this time there's enough SCVs. Does repair. Does keep it up. Kelazhur is searching once again for the Swarm Host. Meanwhile, Cham coming in to try to intercept. Does cause a distraction. Uh-oh. Oh, barely doesn't find them. Barely not. Swarm Host say waddle away. Do waddle away. Meanwhile, not around by. That's the main, by the way. The main base has landed. That's why it's an orbital, not a planetary. Kelazhur getting desperate, floating over his main. He still has a lot of cyclones. So a lot of cyclones. Ooh, another fungal. Another massive fungal. The chain fungal even. Locking down the army. Ling Bang crashing on in. And Cham once again just cuts the cyclone count in half. Even more than that. Meanwhile, Locust Wave takes down the planetary. No repairs in time. Kelazhur just getting pulled apart. Let's go. The waddling Swarm Host. There's no Nidus, no subway, no fancy teleportation. Nah, they walk everywhere they go. Let's go. They waddle in. They take names. They kill bases. That's crazy. Of course, it is riskier because, hey, if they get caught, like, there's no way out for them. There's no escape that a Nidus would provide. So it's very risky. But, I mean, hey, Cham has pulled it off. Has been able to pull it off. Kelazhur trying to keep up, but again, these are trades he can't quite afford. More Cyclones going down. And once again, the Locust Wave gets another mineral line. And Kelazhur just being torn apart here by Cham. Cham, he's played against mech before. He's been mech too many times in the past. Never again, baby, never again. Collapsing the cycles, just a very different dynamic than what we're used to seeing here, or at least what we have seen so far in this broadcast, where Kelazhur has been struggling. Cham wants another base, another mineral line. Likewise, Cham has also been on a very infestor heavy composition as well, with like 6-7 infestors at a time. GG gets called as Kelazhur is torn apart, and Cham will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Cham, he will take a lead in the series. He will take a lead, and again, a very, very strong showing here by Cham. Someone did say something in chat, and I do have to echo that as well. A lot of it did come down to the first wave of Locust. That's typically how it is with Swarm Hosts, is that they're very momentum based, and that first Locust wave, if you remember, was not designed to harass, but it was actually moving out and bolstering the main army to break through a siege line, or to break through the Cyclone line, and to push in towards the 4th base of Kelazhur. So again, was used more aggressively instead of, you know, trying to harass elsewhere. A bit of a different approach, I should say. But here we go. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be following, of course, following these two players into game number 2, following into Persephone. Let's go. Let us go. As we're getting into game 2. And we'll see if Kelazhur once again embraces mech. Okay. We'll see if he does it once again. As, again, we did see some bio, at least that one game against Scarlet. Did go bio. So Kelazhur has it in him to switch things up and to go into a more versatile composition, something more active. We'll see. We'll see. Doesn't have to rely on purely mech, of course. I still think it's wise to just open Roach against Kelazhur, though, even if he does play bio. Just to be safe. The stealth host. Crazy. But here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Mexican Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Exeritus Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is a Cham. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player. We have the blue Terran down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is Kelazhur. It is the Ego. Here we go. As again, we are going to be calming down. Now, as a reminder, last game we did have Kelazhur going for a CC first build on Tokamak. As the map is larger, it's more safer, it's more economic, more macro based. Here, going for a Rax first instead. We're calming things down on Persephone, going for a more standard opener, we're not cutting as many corners early on. And we'll see where Kelazhur takes us. Again, he can once again embrace mech, of course, or we can calm things down and go for a more bio-heavy composition instead. He has it in him. We'll see. Especially after that last game, I don't know if Kelazhur would have too much confidence in his mech. As Cham did have a very different approach to it. So now we are going to be expanding back on the low ground. Likewise, standard opener out of Cham. And welcome one all to Persephone. Persephone is a bit of a smaller map in the map pool. It's not as large, it's not as wide as Tokamak, not by any means. The bases are still a little bit more closer together, which does make it easier to rotate between them defensively, to defend your third base, or defend your fourth base as well. But there are less bases on this map. So if we do end up with a split map scenario, we have seen many a player run out of resources here as well. There is of course the goal base that you can take advantage of. If you recall, Scarlet was able to do so on this map, claim the goal and use that to her advantage, and have that edge over Kelazhur, over the Terran, if we get into a longer game. So the goal base may be a factor. As Reaper, ooh, the Reaper overextends. Ay, that should not have happened. The Reaper gets one Ling, but only one, and that was not worth it. With that, Cham, he shuts down the Reaper, and with this, we can even hide some tech. I mean, Cham pulls out of gas, he doesn't pull back in, we're not rushing into roaches, but Kelazhur doesn't know that. That's the dangerous thing about losing that first Reaper. You don't know what's happening. You didn't even know if they have a third. This could be two-base player to Cham, there could be a Lair on the way, there could be a Roach Warren on the way, there could be a Baneling Nest, there could be anything, and Kelazhur is blind until his Hellions pop out. So a really scary start here for Kelazhur. I mean, I say scary, Cham isn't doing anything. Like, Cham is just droning, Cham is playing standard, but Kelazhur is unaware. He has less information than he otherwise would have in this kind of game state. Isn't really going to factor in, but, you know, there are games where it could. Not this game. As it is going to be 3cc into Starport, going for the Atom Swap into Banshee play. Now this time no Fusion Core, so we're not going into BCs or anything crazy like that. Atom Swap into Banshee. We're calming things down for now. Now this can still turn into mech, don't get me wrong. This can still lead into multiple factories, or this can lead into multiple Raxes. Like, that's what's versatile about these 1-on-1 openers, is that you can go in either direction. So Kelazhur, he isn't locked in yet. Nothing is set in stone. Tech Lab on the way in the Rax. That should be for Stim. That should be for Stim. Otherwise, we'd be seeing another factory. So it looks like Bioplay out of our Terran. Meanwhile, Cham going lair first. It is going to be a 4:28, 27-ish lair timing. Hellions, they move out. Going for the dive. Catching a drone. One drone goes down. Hellions, they rotate. Oh, they do threaten the third base. They don't quite commit. They don't quite commit here. As Kelazhur is going into, again, as we mentioned, with that initial Tech Lab Stim. So Stim, extra reactions, bio plays coming out from our Terran. Do love to see it. Meanwhile, Cham back at home, going into Ling Bane. Going into Ling Bane here, not blindly going into Roaches. So good read here by Cham. He did not get into the main base. He has seen the Hellions moving out, and that is a lot of, Jesus, that is 10 Hellions. This is far more than we usually get here with this kind of style. So extra Hellions here from Kelazhur. Cham going into Mutas. Spire is on the way, going Ling Bane Muta. That's crazy. A rare side here in current meta. Here's a rare side. Banshees, they scout. Banshees, they bust into the main. They get eyes on the Spire. Kelazhur is aware. And drones are falling. Nice damage so far. The Hellions are deflected, but the Banshees are not, as they are topped up by the healing pad. Banshees going back into the main. 8, 9, almost 10. Brutal damage. And more importantly, does scout. That's what's important here, is aware of the mutas. And from here, he's already rushing into Biocores, into heavy marine production. Can go into Widow Mines, set up turrets, and get ready. As Hellions, all they do overextend. A nice round. Jamie does catch out the Hellions. Half the Hellions do fall. Oh. As Hellions are at least able to clear up all this creep, they deny the expansion. Cham, he does let the Spire finish, but is investing into all these upgrades. Into Bailing Speed, into 1-1 upgrades. And we'll see if we ever do commit into Mass Muta. Meanwhile, Cham double expanding, getting a 4th, getting a 5th. Sorry, getting a 5th, getting a 6th base. Jesus. Needs all that larva. Does need that larva, as Muta production has begun, but this is going to be a little bit more delayed. Kelazhur moving out, getting a 4th CC behind this. He's not going for an 8 Rax. He is transitioning out, building up. How much does he have? 33 Marines. 33 Marines, 1 tank. Not too much behind this, but just a very Marine heavy composition. And Cham, does he have enough Ling Bane? 11 Baneling so far. Hellion gets thrown away. Kelazhur pushing in towards that center base. And we can see Cham trying to get this around, forced to cancel. Forced to cancel the expansion. Music coming from behind. They do get a free tank. Yeah, very nice pickup. Tank goes down. That was the only tank. Likewise, does force out the Stim. Kelazhur racing back. Does race back. Mutas, they force back the army. This does give Cham some breathing room. Remember, he double expanded. He's still on 5 bases. Still on 5 bases. Respend that creep. As Mutas are once again pushing in. Whew, the game continues. Game does continue here. Kelazhur, he made it safely back home. Turrets are setting up. Turrets are ready for the most part. Both players will max. Cham just now going for the infestation pits, taking towards Hive Tech. This is later than usual, just because of all the gas spent on mutas. Like a heavy gas commitment. Oh my god. Almost gets the Banshees. Almost. Meanwhile, from here, Kelazhur now working towards Widow Mines. Goes for a double drop. Cham is in position. He's ready for this. Yeah, he's... Oh no! Oh my god. Whew, I'll pick up. Does pick up in time. Cham trying to catch out the drop. Kelazhur pushing in. Cham, he will come across the army. Not the best trade though. Mutas are going to be going down. Cham, yeah, it does beat out some mutas. Brutal pickoffs. Meanwhile, the Valens, they connect. Oh my god, no kiting. Yeah, Kelazhur, he was distracted. He was focusing on his drop. And no kiting whatsoever. Valens, they do connect. And Kelazhur, maybe a little bit fatigued after that Scarlet series. I mean, again, that was a 2-hour-long best of 5. That was a long series. And Kelazhur, he's hurting. His hurting is falling apart. Cham, he's maxed out. Cham be like, thank you, Scarlet. Like, you wore him down for me. Let's go. Cham's like, mate, my series was like 15 minutes. I was chilling. I was getting some food. Just watching the series. Sitting back. Oh my god. As the drop is caught out. Mine shot going up. And Kelazhur, he has to get some damage done here. He does find a mineral line. But there's still so many Banelings. Banelings roll in. Oh no! Once again, no kiting. Kelazhur was distracted by the mutas. Will take every Baneling to the face. Ay, ay, ay. And Cham, he does it. He has broken Kelazhur. Or did Scarlet break Kelazhur? Like, because there have been some brutal missteps here. Where, again, Kelazhur, who's looking elsewhere. He's been looking elsewhere at the wrong moment far too many times. Was otherwise distracted. And with that, Cham does take advantage. Ay, ay, ay. That's the second time that happened. And with that, Cham with Lingbane Muta with a more old school composition, he's popping off. He's popping off. Pulling Kelazhur apart. Kelazhur is trying to keep up. Ooh, my shot going off. My shot did connect. Kelazhur threading the main army. That's a lot of Lingbane though. Running into the minefield. Oh my god. It's a little bit of mines. Cham does want to chase into this at the same time, going for a Ling run by. Catching out some reinforcements. Picking up some marauders, not bad. Takes down a couple of marauders. More Banelings now rolling in as well. Oh, they get into the mineral line. 8 SCVs, there weren't many SCVs to kill. Lings, they flooded behind this. No detection. The Widow Mines are about to reset. They're about to reset. But Lings, they do get on past. And they break through. 13 SCVs. Catching marauders as well. And again, there's just been a shaky defense here for Kelazhur. He's down to 58 workers. Cham on 85. Arguably too many drones as he's getting up to 88 drones. Jesus. It's a lot of workers. Now switching into Ultra Tech. Getting into Ultras. We're still lacking Overseers, which is a concern against this Widowmine heavy composition. So only one Overseer. Overload speed is on the way. Cham moving in. The mine shots are actually quite decent on the Lingbane. Oh my god, the mine shots are brutal. Yeah, runs into the minefield, the best fight that Kelazhur could have hoped for. And Cham, he has to back off. He now realizes, oh, okay. I didn't realize how many Wooden Mines there were. So Cham, he has to back up, has to pull away. We have Infestors now in production. And Kelazhur takes a good fight. He does take a very good fight. With that, takes down the gold, it denies the base. Kelazhur, he's still in this. He's maxed out. Now, Kelazhur, because he stumbled his way into this kind of game state, he doesn't have a bank. The bank is not there, so he can't take any more bad fights. That may cost him the game. So Kelazhur, he's got to lock in. At this one, he has to lock in. Building up his army. Does build up. Gets ready to move out. Cham amassing his own Lingbane Ultra. And does try to come in from behind. There is some detection at least. They're getting on top of the CC. Oh, this time better kiting here from Kelazhur. Shuts down the Banelings. Kelazhur bringing it back. Does maintain his bases, maintains his economy. Kelazhur, he's holding. And we spoke about it, like here on Persephone, all these bases are a little bit more close together. They're more tight-knit. So rotating back and forth between the bases is more viable. As the map is just smaller. Just a smaller map. Less area to traverse. Cham taking one of Kelazhur's bases. Cheeky move. We'll see if he saturates. So here we go. Moving in. Cham setting up. Switching into Broodlord. Okay, we're going into Broodlord Infestor from here. Like at this point, the Banelings, they just haven't been trading well. We saw earlier Banelings connecting beautifully, but a lot of that came down to miscontrol from Kelazhur. Oh my god! The Fungals! Fungals, they lock him down! And a much better fight here for Cham. Kelazhur, he overextends. He gets punished by the Fungal. Banelings finally getting some value. And they're getting some value here. And again, we're getting ready here for that Broodlord switch. Kelazhur trying to stabilize. He has been stuck on inside of the map for quite some time. Meanwhile, defensively, Cham, he can't quite break the bases. Not anymore. You have Liberators, Widow Mines, decent defensive setup. That's where the Broodlords come into play. Scan does reveal the Broodlords. Ghost production has begun. How many ghosts do we have? 5. 5 so far. Getting up to 6. 6 Broodlords here out of Kelazhur. As Cham does commit in. Oh my god. Yeah, brutal mine shots. We get some decent Fungals. But there's just so many Widow Mines behind this. Snipes, they shut down the Ultras. Kelazhur does take a better fight. Again, we need those Broodlords. Broodlords now moving in. It's going to be a bit of a slower approach. 12 more Corruptors on the way. Again, the era of Lingbane has kind of come and gone. Now it's about the Broodlord Infestor. Now moving in. Goes on the base. Once again, a nice Fungal, but is there a follow-up? Running out of Fungals. The Infestors are tapped out. Yeah, the Planetary does hold. Broodlords are exposed. We need another Fungal. Infestor moving in. Does land a Fungal. But not good enough. The ultras, they just melt. Broodlords are exposed. Cham kites back. It does pull away in time. Pulls away to the spores, pulls away to the queens. But again, despite the infested count being high, there are no fungals. Like right now, they're tapped out of energy. So this is dangerous here. Cham moving in, but he doesn't have the best answers to these ghosts. The Vikings moving forward. I mean, I say that. How many ghosts are there? 15 ghosts. Oh my god. Ghosts, they respond to the Corruptors. Massive snipes. Corruptors going down. Infested still gathering energy. As Broodlords are moving in. Oof. Another snipe. Another snipe goes off. And another where the fungals. And not quite in time. Fungals don't quite punish, but the base is going to go down. That's what matters. Cham breaks the expansion. And Cham, he's ready here to try to punish those ghosts. He's got the Ling Bane ready to dive. I say that Cham going for a run by instead. Does go for the run by. As the Ling Bane barely does get the planetary. Planetary goes down. That's two bases. Two bases have fallen. The creep is spreading forward, covering the bases as well. Oh, and Kelazhur, he commits. Bold move. He does commit in. Cham, can he punish? Oh, Broodlord's getting caught out though. Losing one, two Broodlords. Cham trying to come in for the dive. Here come the fungals. Yeah, massive fungals. EMPs are okay. They're actually much better. EMPs do connect. One more fungal. And Bailey, they just crash on forward. They shut down most of the ghosts. Expensive losses for Kelazhur. He should not have been here. Kelazhur did overextend, but no detection. Uh-oh. Yeah, zero detection. Ghosts, they survive. Cham, he will lose almost everything. Oh. As only one Broodlord survives. Only one Broodlord. Vikings, they waddle away. And again, Kelazhur, he should not have been out here. He does escape with some of the ghosts at least, but that was a brutal trade. That was how many? That was 11 ghosts going down. And how many survived? 4. 4 ghosts made it out. Kelazhur does have a mineral bank. Mass Reaper? Ooh, that was a misclick. There we go. Jesus. He had Reapers on the way. He's making... No, the misclick is real. He's making nothing but Reapers. Oh no, they don't stim, Pappy. They were meant to be Marines or anything else. Kelazhur, Diego, the Mass Reaper switch. They never expect the 22-minute Mass Reaper, Pappy. Oh my, it's crazy. No one expects the Mass Reaper switch. Let's go. Time to go for mineral lines. He could even maybe snipe the base, actually. It'd be crazy. As Cham is trying to rebuild. Again, Cham's economy, it's a little bit lackluster. He needs that gold. His drone count is low. But we spoke about this earlier at the start of the game. There aren't that many bases on Persephone. We're running out of bases for Cham. He needs some expansions. Corruptors on the left-hand side, going for the planetary. Cham diving on the main army. Takes down the Winter Mines. But doesn't quite collapse on those ghosts. As the planetary does fall. But Kelazhur, he's got 5,000 minerals. It's crazy just how many minerals he has. It's insane. Cham going for another one of these expansions. Bailings, they somewhat connect. They get a handful of SCVs. 8 SCVs going down. Ooh, brutal snipes. Cham has to pull out. And Cham is maxed out, but this bank is still concerning to me. I mean, the production is not really in full swing here. You can see a lot of Raxes aren't really making anything. Kelazhur has been struggling to remax, struggling to rebuild. But here come those infestors. Here comes a fungal. Once again, massive fungal to the face. And the fungals, they look down the entire army. Cham, he will clean up. He will clean house. He will clean up everything. There's still so many more infestors, so many more fungals. And this is what Cham was looking for. The mass fungal. Ay, ay, ay. The ultras, they collapse in. Ooh, they force friendly fire on the Medivacs. GG gets called. And Cham, he will take the fight. He will snowball out of control. And Cham takes a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Cham does take a 2-0 lead here. Again, Kelazhur had a bank, but he had a hard time rebuilding, had a hard time remaxing. His macro was slipping. But this was an intense back and forth. But as we noticed, there were a couple of moments there where it does feel like the fatigue is setting in, right? Like, I was kind of joking about it earlier, but like the reality here is that, again, Kelazhur, he did just play a very long, very intense series against Scarlet. Cham less so. Cham had a series against Estrella, but it was over real fast and real quick. So Cham has had time to rest up and recuperate. Kelazhur has not, and we did see some slip-ups there. I saw someone in the chat talking about like Bailings and how strong they are. As a reminder, in the first half of the game, it was Kelazhur's attention being split and being caught by the Ling Bane, as he wasn't able to micro as we otherwise would. He wasn't able to kite back. He was leaving his army idle, and he was punished for it. But a lot of that came down to, as we mentioned, that attention span, the attention of Kelazhur being distracted elsewhere, looking away at just the wrong moments and getting caught with his pants down. And we did see that a couple of games, a couple of times in this game. And Cham was able to capitalize. Was able to capitalize on that. Towards the end, we saw Kelazhur kind of tighten up his play, but likewise, we did see that moment where Kelazhur, he lost 11 ghosts when he overextended on the left-hand side, when he pushed too far onto creep, and he lost almost everything. Thankfully, there was no detection, so he was able to survive with, he was able to escape with a couple of ghosts. But if it wasn't for that, he would have lost everything. It was, oof, it's crazy. GG, well played. That felt like a moment where Kelazhur kind of ran out of patience. But here we go. Yeah, I mean, we spoke about the player and fatigue setting in. The players are asking for a break. Yeah, the players are asking for a break here. They're asking for a moment. Understandable, completely. It's been a long broadcast already. And we're still in the early stages. That's what's crazy about it. We're still in the very early stages here. But they're asking for a moment. It's the new meta. Reapers, they counter infestors. True. Did he misclick 20 times? Well, I'm sure he held down you hold down the key, right? Like when you're macroing, like you hold down like the key to make Marines or to make Marauders, and there was just a misclick there. I held down on the Reaper button. Crazy. What are the global qualifiers? I don't think they've been announced yet. Don't believe. We're working through all the regionals for now, all the regionals. Whew. But yeah, with that, GG well played. Cham is up 2-0. One more game is all that Cham needs to claim the series. We'll see if Kelazhur can recover and bounce back. Again, they're both taking some time here to recover, to catch their breath. This is where I should have gone on a break as well. Like, true. Should have taken Q. Oh. Just catching up. The most Reapers I've ever seen at 22 minutes. Oh no. Why Reapers? They're so weak and useless at this point. Again, it was a misclick. Like, it was not intentional. If you remember, when he made those Reapers, he actually had more Reapers in production, then he canceled them all. Like, he intentionally canceled all the Reapers. and then start up Marauders and Marines. Like it was not intentional from Kelazhur, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, with that Cham again, 1 game away. Una más, papi, una más. 1 game away from claiming the series. 1 game away. And the players have returned. Good, we good. Alright, good to go. Oh, the final game is going to be a Maganatha. Maganatha is, of course, the largest map in the map pool. Very large map. Long rushes and spy ground. And after game 2, Kelazhur embracing Bio, I'll be honest, I expect mech. I do expect mech here. If you recall in the previous series, Kelazhur did play mech against Scarlet as well. Did play mech against Scarlet. And here we go. He does need the boost. Kelazhur, he needs your support, baby. Needs your support to keep this going, to make a series out of this. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the Mexican Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg leading the series 2-0 and 1 game away from claiming the series and advancing on to the next round. For Xeritus Esports, it is a Cham. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the Blue Terran. Oh, down in the series, down heavily here. He has to fight back here and now. Otherwise, that is it. His tournament run is over. He needs to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. It is a Kelazhur. Let us go. Catching him in the chat. Hands up, 666 in the chat. Thank you so much for the donation. $13.37. Thanks for EWC 2025 qualifier coverage. Awesome. You're welcome, Papi. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the donation. We do appreciate it. And again, I mean, that's what we always do for the past 5 years. We actually cast every single region. Back when we had EPT, we would cast Oceania, Taiwan, Hong Kong, rest of Asia, Latin America, Americas, and Europa as well. We'd also cover every single. We'd be the only casters to cover every single region for the EPT, for the ESL Pro Tour, and now for EWC as well. That's what we do, Papi. That's all we do. Okay, we cast more than any other channel out there. Sometimes to our detriment, as we do not get a lot of sleep. No, the bed is not often had. No, and yeah, hopefully, I mean, we should be fine for this cast, but hopefully I'm not too fatigued for tomorrow's cast. Bearing in mind that our next cast is in 8 hours. Jesus, I think it's in 8 hours time. We're gonna be live with the Korean qualifier. Let me just double check that. I think it's in 9 hours actually. Hold on. 7 p.m. AEST. 8 hours. 8 hours from this message, we're gonna be live again. So the longer this goes on, the less sleep I get. But we'll do it anyway. We're good. It's just might be a little bit fatigued tomorrow. Aye, papi. Aye. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Because again, this event is going to last like at least another 3 hours. 100%. At least another 3 hours here. So we might get like 4 hours sleep, maybe like 4 hours sleep. Because I would like to get some food at some point. Like before tomorrow's cast, I mean. So we'll see. Behind this though, we are going for our economic start. We do have our initial CC. Likewise, I believe we skipped the Reaper. Yeah, we skipped the Reaper. So CC first, into Marine, into Reactor, into a third CC before Starport. Very economic build here by Kelazhur. And we do expect to see, I mean, I'm expecting this to go into Banshee play and potentially into extra factories into mech. As welcome to Maganatha. Again, the largest map of the map, longest rush distance by ground as well. It's a big map. And it can be quite greedy as a result. Can be greedy. At times. But now the Rax does pull back for the add-on for the Tech Lab to swap into Banshee play. And then after that, do we then throw down extra factories? Do we then throw down extra Raxes? Only Kelazhur knows. Only Diego. As meanwhile, Cham is just droning, just saturating. Cham, he has yet to move out across the map for a scout. Still just saturating his bases. Aliens, they do dip in. They poke in. Cloak has begun. My eyes are on this Rax. What's going on? What's the plan? Have the Rax behind this. No tech lab. If we were playing Bio, we'd see a tech lab and we'd work towards STEM. And I don't see any add-ons. Likewise, a lair first out of Cham. Going into the initial lair. He pokes in. But now zoned away. Still no add-on, by the way. it's gonna be mech. It's gonna be factory. Show us the extra 2 factories. We know it's coming. We know it, papi. Este Diego. There it is. 2 more factories are on the way. Again, like the fact that there was no add-on on the Rax was a tell. Of course, the longer that it went on, it was more suspicious as there were no extra Raxes. So mech is on the horizon from Kelazhur. And so far, the Hellions haven't gotten much done. Meanwhile, again, it was a lair first out of Cham and is going into Roach play. He has yet to confirm across the map. He has yet to scout, but is playing Roaches nonetheless. Again, like if we can read even as the game begins that Kelazhur is most likely going to play into mech, then Cham can as well. So Cham playing safe, going into Roaches. Hellions looking for a way in. Meanwhile, ooh, Spire as well. Okay. Going for the Spire. Banshees are moving out. Hellions are in position to delay the expansion. Nicely done. 4th base is delayed. And how many Hellions? 12! 12 Hellions, going to be 14 Hellions for Kelazhur. Now remember, the last time we saw Kelazhur do this, he went up to 16. He went up to 16 Hellions. This was on Tokamak against Scarlet, where he split up his Hellions 8 and 8 and went for 2 Hellion run-bys at the same time. Banshees, they distract. Hellions, for now, they're all together. At least for now. Making their way towards the 3rd. Cham is not quite in position. Uh-oh. Okay. Lings, they get there just in time. Just barely. Cham collapses in. Takes down a Hellion. A couple of drones did get roasted by the Banshee. Yeah, Banshees, they popped off. They now race back. Kelazhur looking for another way in. Hellions are going to be deflected. Lings, they do get across the map. Oh. They threaten the mineral line. We have Hyperflight Rotors on the way. Once again, we're committing here into additional Banshees. This is what Kelazhur does best. Going battle mech alongside Banshee supports. Let's go. So Kelazhur is building up. Now, we saw this attempted style in Game 1, if you recall. Game 1 of the series, and Cham did shut it down. Meanwhile, we are going into mutas. This is risky, by the way. The Cyclone gun is low currently, but it's going to very quickly build up, and Cyclones, they will completely shut down mutas. Like Cham, he cannot fight head on. This is so incredibly risky. Mutas, they can shut down the Banshees, but ideally you don't want to show your hand too soon. Banshees pull away. Mutas are amassing. The mineral lines are exposed. Right now, Kelazhur, he has no inkling of muta play, so there are no turrets. But how many Cyclones? 8. Already 8 Cyclones. I'll be honest, I'm not too convinced here. Like, I'm not too fond of the idea of going muta against battle mech, but so far the Roaches, they do dive in. Oof. But again, that's 8 Cyclones. Currently 5. Mutas, they get across the map. SCV's going to be going down. Nice collapse here from Cham. But there are defensive Cyclones. Mutas, they look for a way in. They get a couple more SCVs. Not too many. Now going for the main. Again, no turrets. 5 worker kills so far. It's okay, and it does force Kelazhur back home. It's buying time. Oh! Now look at the brutal. Losing 1, 2, 3. Oh, losing every single muta. Yeah, brutal scan, and you can see how little damage the mutas can do against this kind of army. They get 9 SCVs, they force back the army, but this was expensive. That was 5 mutas. So I'm not too convinced by this. I mean, it did at least force the army back home, and hey, goes back into the main. Back into the main base. Cham going for the planetary. Kelazhur out of position completely. And Kelazhur races back home. The planetary is going to go down. Yo, we got the slow veins. But this might be a one-way trip. Might be one way. Do we get the fungal? Ooh, not quite. Infestor goes down. And we've seen this before. The Banshee hits well. They're going for the Infestors. Or going for whatever they can get. Infestors, they pull away. Hellbats, they bust into a mineral line. Cham, he reacts well. He bleeds out 7 drones. But he's forced all the way back home. Kelazhur, he wants that expansion. The Banshees are going ham. Where are the Queens? Queens have to respond. Queens not coming in. 3 fungals spent on the Banshees. A 4th fungal even. And they escape. Banshees, 2 of them do get away. And again, you could argue that they already paid for themselves. They force out 4 fungals out of Cham, which could have been spent on the army. Cham moving in. Going for Ling round by. Ooh, the Cyclones that defend from the main. Jesus. A couple of SCs are going down. Not bad. Getting up to, what, 7 SCV kills. 8 SCVs. Not bad. Cham is maxed out. What's he maxed out with? What do we have? 20 Lings, a handful of Banelings. Mainly Roach. No Ravagers. No Ravagers with this army. Oh, sorry, I should say 4 Ravagers. So very low on the Ravager count. Very low. Kelazhur, he does rotate. Looking for a way in. Kelazhur himself is maxed out with 24 Cyclones. That's a lot of Cyclones. Now pushing forward. Lockups are brutal. Do get a fungal here, grazing the army. Does graze. The last Kelazhur, he does bust through regardless. Going for the bases. We're still waiting for a fungal. Knocks down the towers. Yeah, zones back those Infestors. Make sure there's no flank. Meanwhile, got the base beta survives. Nice fungals, but where's the follow-up? The fungals are good, but the Infestors are going down, and again, the ground army is lacking. Alas, Cham, he will shut down most of the Cyclones. There was no K trade, but I would say still expensive for Cham. He lost 5 Infestors in that fight. Down to 2. Likewise, trying to catch out the main army. Going through the speed zones. Nice around. Very nice catch. Ooh, he locks out the Cyclones. Ay, ay, ay. Kelazhur, he overextends. He will lose everything here. Every Cyclone, every Hellion. Meanwhile, across the map, the planetary goes down to the Corruptors. Cham, we saw this in game 1 as well, where he went into a heavy Corruptor composition and he would just use them to snipe bases. It was just non-stop sniping bases, sniping planetaries time and time again. We saw that in game 1, now we're seeing it here in game 3. Base goes down. Cham is remaxed, once again moving out. The one Banshee though. The one hero Banshee. As Kelazhur's retaking that center base. Retaking that 5th. Still committed to a Hellion Cyclone Banshee composition, making 1 Banshee at a time, still just the 1 starport. Kelazhur, he is going to be forced back. Cham ready for a run by. Bearing in mind that this is not a planetary. Kelazhur, he's distracted. Cham moving in, he breaks down that front door. Good reaction at Kelazhur. Does pull away in time. Nice fungal the Cyclones. Yeah, fungal does help lock them down. But Infestors are being targeted by that one Banshee. Gets one, gets two Infestors. Takes out two Infestors, but the base is gonna fall. Can he target it down? The Corruptor, it is on fire. Oh my god. It is on fire, but looks like hopefully everything's okay. Ugh. Thankfully, there's no major engagement happening. Cham's main army pulled away. But, ooh. Okay. As it looks like there might be a keyboard issue here. Aye, aye, aye. Oh. Yes. Kelazhur is being nice about it. It's all good. It's all good. Take your time. Reek. Yo, Enki, calm down. Aye, aye, aye. For the Enki laughing about it. Yo, we gonna regame? Oh no. But yeah, it looks like there might be a bit of a keyboard or a bit of a hardware issue here, so hopefully Cham can fix it. But yeah, so far it's been a really intense back and forth. I mean, discussing or going over the game state currently. Actually, you know what? We have some time. We have some time to go over this base. I'm pretty sure he tried to A-click this corruptor, by the way, and that's how he noticed. But we do see that Cham is denying bases. He might even break down this base. It's going to be close. The boys are coming in to repair. They're coming in to repair the CC. Behind this, Cham is remaxing, going into Broodlord tech as well. We have the Greater Spire on the way, working towards Broodlords. Infestors are amassing alongside them. So Cham is switching into Broodlord Infestor, or at least getting ready for that switch. He has been getting some upgrades here, thanks to the Corruptors earlier. So Kelazhur, he's on the back foot. He has been on the back foot here for quite some time. But he can recover, for sure. Can recover. As Cham has had some better engagements overall. Take this moment to catch up with the chat. Looks like we have had some other updates in the bracket as well. Ooh. Here we go. El chamaco, papi. Sí, papi, sí. El chamaco. You see StarCraft in your sleep. Oh no. Not like this. I have I'm pretty sure I have gone to bed and slept about casting games. Like, I think that's happened once. I think where I go to bed and I'm as I'm sleeping, I'm like casting a game of StarCraft. It's not even anything crazy either. I'm just still casting. I'm just still casting in my sleep, just chilling. No, that has happened before. Are we gonna get nice? We might. As I guess for now we can take a moment to have a look at the bracket itself. I guess. Yes, we have a little bit of downtime. It's a little bit awkward to catch up with the bracket at mid-game. But we do have some updates here. We have some updates. It looks like, ooh, as we switch things over and catch up on the brackets for a moment here. Just because there's not really much else to go over. Estrella did take down Scarlet 3-0. Big win there for Estrella. Does advance on offensive against Trigger. And Trigger and Estrella, they're facing off in the upper bracket finals. In a best of 5. That's being covered by the mainstream. That PvP is currently underway. Again, I do actually favor Trigger in that series. For those who remember, we actually hosted a show match here on this channel between Trigger and Estrella at the start of the year. That was before Estrella kind of took a break from the game. And Trigger, he was looking dominant there. But, you know, it's been a moment. It's been a while. So we'll see how they compare. Likewise. Oh, looks like we have agreed. So Cham, he said that he usually gets fixed when he restarts. Oh. Yeah, as they agreed, yeah. They agreed to resume from replay. Okay. So they are going to remake. All good. We're more than happy to wait. More than happy. As Cham, basically, he's going to restart his client, it sounds like. So he's going to restart his clients before jumping back in. All right, what was... So I was catching up with the bracket. So yes, we have Trigger versus Stray. They're currently mid-series. Meanwhile, Scarlet goes down to face off against Future. So Scarlet versus Future, they're currently mid-series as well. They're locked in a best of 5. They're currently facing off. I don't think they're being casted anywhere. I mean, if anyone knows, you can, of course, inform us. But Scarlet versus Future currently underway. Meanwhile, behind this, we did mention earlier, if you missed out, we did let's everyone know, of course, that they did let everyone know, of course, that Special, he did forfeit. Special did forfeit. So whoever wins this series will make it all the way through past another round. As we are remaking the lobby. So yeah, unfortunately Special, he did of course decide to forfeit, so he won't be competing here. So this is actually going to be a big series for both Kelazhur and Cham, because they get to skyrocket ahead into the next round after Juanito, and they'll be facing off against the winner of Scarlet and Future. Of course, we're gonna be focusing on these lower bracket rounds. That's gonna be where our attention lies. Of course, the mainstream, they have Trigger versus Straya, so we're going to be following this series into the winner of Future and Scarlet. That'll be where we head next. Be where we head next. So we need a moment here to get the lobby ready and resume from replay. This is all just a dream. We are all figments of Light's imagination. Oh no. I've gone too far with all the casting. Kelazhur enjoying his first break in 2 hours. True. True. You're not wrong. The mule key. Oh. Trigger up 2-0. Yeah, there you go. like Trigger, for those who don't know, Trigger, he spent the past year in Korea. He literally spent the past year in Korea, like practicing, training, improving. Fun of a live entertainment, true. But yeah, Trigger, like he's been looking good, looking very good as of late. Very good. Any way to get into the Scarlet Future game to cast? We are going to be wrapping up this series first. If they are still mid-series, then we can jump into like game 2 or game number 3 or game number 4 or game 5, right? Like we can jump in mid-series after we wrap up. So it depends on how things line up. So we might catch the tail end of this series, or we might be too late. Depends. Like, our matches have been quite long between Cham and Kelazhur. And we might have a game 4 and game 5 as well. Like, it's possible for Kelazhur to still claim this. For sure. So we still do need a moment. Oh, there we go. Ah, we're jumping back in. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thankfully, there is a recover feature in game, so we can resume from replay and jump back in. Here we go. We are just recovering. For those that are curious, the way that resume from replay works is that it plays out the entire replay. It plays out, like, we can't see it, but in the game engine, it plays out the entire game. it speeds through it at like 8 times speed until it gets to the point where he's going to jump back in, and then bam, we're able to jump back into the game. That's how the mechanic works. It just plays out the whole replay in the background. So the longer the game is, the longer it takes to resume from replay, as it's bringing us up to that point. But here we go. Scott and Future currently playing. They are mid-series, but they might have just wrapped up. Oh. As we are about to jump in. Oh. Bam. Okay, we're back. Sorry, just catching up into a chat. But here we go. We have returned, and from this game state, it looks like we do get the repair in time. The CC will survive. Whew. And sorry, just a little bit, a little bit frazzled, but we're back. We're back in. From this kind of game state here, Cham, he did just win a important fight. He was able to force back Kelazhur. Likewise, behind this member, taking up in towards a Greater Spire, in towards Broodlord tech. Kelazhur moving out. And Cham, so far, he is secure. The game does calm down. And again, for those that are curious, basically there was a bit of an issue with some of the huggies of Cham. He did have to restart, and now we're good. Now we're back. We have returned. Again, it's Cham, of course, who has the larger bank, has been able to take some better fights. Going for non-stop harassment here. Kelazhur does spot a base. At the same time, Kelazhur trying to expand himself. Run bias moving in. Kelazhur out of position, which is going for the bases. Oh no! Yeah, going for the planetary at last. Kelazhur does have an army. Never mind. Does have an army in position. Despite that, SVs are still going down. Losing up to another 14, 15 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. 20, 30. Oh my god. Yeah, 30 workers going down. He does get the planetary. He came back in. Yeah, planetary falls and Kelazhur just torn apart. At the same time, going for a base trade. Going for top left. And he will get a mineral line. We'll get a base. Yeah, the base is going down. Takes down the expansion. Gets one, may get another. So we're trading blow for blow, but Kelazhur, he did lose so many SCVs. He doesn't have an economy. He can't sustain himself. Cham can. Oh, but Cham needs time to rebuild. Does need time to build up. Ooh. Trading with the army, but his base is going to be denied. Yeah, losing another expansion, another 2 bases. That was a kill, not a cancel. And another base as well. Cham losing 4 hatcheries. At the same time, he does catch out the army. There's no way out of this. There's no way out of this. All these cyclones, they go down to the lings, to the roaches. Brutal trade. Kelazhur plummets in supply. Cham pulls back. Meanwhile, Kelazhur switching into tank, but that's a lot of tanks. Oh my god. Switching into tanks. Turtling up. We're done with the battle mech. It's not working. Switching into a more tank-heavy style. To defend, to survive. Micros Cham rebuilding, remaxing. Yo, these banshees are finally gonna go down. Cleans up all the banshees. So you have Kelazhur setting up in the center. So got how many tanks? 9. It's got 9 tanks now going to Liberators as well. Again, he's had a hard time defending, so why not just wall up with tanks? Let's go. It's going to be a lot of tanks. Oh, meanwhile, Cham getting caught himself. Losing an Infestor. At the same time, the Corruptors, they go for the dive. They go for the Planetary. We spoke about this earlier. How Cham has been so proactive with his Corruptors. But this time he will not get the base. Has to pull away. You know, another hatchery goes down. Now we're now encountering a big issue here on Maganatha, and that is taking these fringe bases. Whether it's top right, whether it's the center gold bases as well, and bottom left and the center gold as well, they are so difficult to take for either player. Just because they're so isolated, they're so spread out. Oh, brutal lock-ons, taking down 2 infestors, 3 infestors. Now well worth our trade here for Kelazhur. And Cham, he's still trying to double expand, so still trying to get one of these bases up and running. Kelazhur now moving up with his tanks. That's a heavy tank count. Cham, he's somewhat aware. If you remember, he does have that Greater Spire, and then we got Broodlords are morphing in. He's got 4 Broodlords so far. Thor production has begun. So switching out of Battle Mech and into Tank Thor. No. We're slowing things down. This is where Swarmhost would actually excel even more. As the Cyclone count is lessening. Cham rotating over. Where is he going? Center base, or the base on the towards the south. Oh, Broodlord's moving in. the stutter stepping. That just looks so silly. That's great. The stutter stepping Broodlord. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm here for it. God damn. Ultra Garen's on the way. Cham's still building up. Does find a couple free tanks. Oh, there we go. Does get them. Trades out a couple of roaches, so not the most ideal trade here at a Cham, but it gets 2 tanks regardless. Still has a bank. Kelazhur retaking these bases, getting another fresh mining base up and running. Key moment here for Kelazhur. They move in once again. So we have a heavy Thor count. Ooh, and we're going into Mech Ghost. Jesus. Ghost production has begun. That is like the ideal late game composition, by the way, is Tank Ghost. Sorry, Mech Ghost. Like Tank, Liberator, Thor with Ghost support. Meanwhile, Kelazhur claiming that center base. We spoke about it earlier, how difficult it is to claim these bases. But Kelazhur is going for it. Cham, he cannot let that happen. Likewise is moving in. And he will deny. The tanks are somewhat on their own. Lings, they collapse in. They're going for the tanks. Yeah, nice fungal here on the Cyclones. Thors are revealed. Bailings, they crash in, and he's going to get one, maybe two Thors. I say that. 4 Thors, actually. 4 Thors going down. Goes to 5, 6. Oh, my God. Yeah, 6, 7 Thors go down. There's still 2 left. Cham, he will lose this army. But he will almost reset the Thor count. And not the worst trade. These are expensive losses for Kelazhur. And Cham, he remaxes. Remaxes with what? With 21 roaches. There's a scan. But despite knowing Kelazhur, what can he do? Like, he doesn't really have much of an army. Does take the gold, though. Kelazhur is down to 5 Cyclones and 1 Thor. Like, again, even though Cham didn't completely break the army, he did well enough. Did well enough. Did more than enough. And now there's nothing. There's nothing here. There's a planetary, but there's no tanks. There is no setup. Bailey's gonna be rolling in. Shuts down the planetary. And Kelazhur cannot defend. Cham, he should be rotating from here. Going for the center base. Oh. Catching out a Corruptor. Cham once again rotating down towards the south side, going for another planetary. And Kelazhur is spread thin. Another planetary going to be going down. Cham, he just pulls away. Collapsing on the main army, or trying to at least. He's down to how many infestors? Down to 0. Oh, good. 2 infestors on the way. But Cham has secured these southern bases. Likewise, Kelazhur securing his gold. Suddenly, he has an influx of minerals. So many minerals here. So Kelazhur is maintaining himself. Then run around the top side. Pushing in towards the gold. Bailey's, they do not get into the mineral line, but they take down the base. And again, Kelazhur is just so spread thin. Again, these bases are just so spread out. They're so far apart from each other. We saw Cham struggling earlier, and now it's Kelazhur struggling. Struggling to keep those bases alive. That's Maganatha. Meanwhile, tank's gonna be going down. Oh no, the mineral line! Catching out the SCVs! Yeah, workers are falling. Bit of 35, but the tank, let's see, the Ultra does survive. Cham pulls away. And again, he's just all over Kelazhur. Kelazhur, he just cannot build up. Not like this. 20 SCV kills. From here, Cham denying the base once again. Denying the expansion. He's got the fungal. And fungal catching at the ghost. Nicely done. Every little bit counts. It all helps. That's me. Oh, I was curious. If they just replaced the rocks, but no, they just deal damage. Okay. Rocks down to half HP. Ooh, there's another CC's gonna go down. Also, he does somewhat punish. As things, they get into the natural, they don't quite bust into the main. Regardless, they find SCVs. fine SCVs, now going for more expansions, and Kelazhur is on his last legs at this point. Like, he just cannot build up. He's holding on. He's able to spend his minerals on Hellions at least. Able to make something. But again, barely an army. Link's still wreaking havoc. Kelazhur getting desperate, going for massive Hellion run-bys. It's all he can afford. Just all the Hellion run-bys. What else can he do? But he's out of gas. He's just out of gas. Can't afford much else. Now we get Swarmhost on the way. I feel like the time for Swarmhost is kind of come and gone. They could have excelled earlier, but it's fine, I guess. Why not? 10 Swarmhosts on the way. ¿Por qué no, papi? ¿Por qué no? I guess in this position, Cham can kind of make whatever he wants. Swarmhost, they can excel here at denying the space, denying the center expansion. Setting up more locust waves. And here they come. Thor is low, goes for the tanks, and gets one tank. Not too much damage. Oh, as Kelazhur, he's on creep. His army is isolated. Cham, he wants the army. Like, from here, how does Kelazhur escape? Cham is gonna cut him off. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not the place to be for Kelazhur. Like, there's no recall. He's gonna try to get out. Cham collapsing in. Kelazhur, he's trapped. This is not the place to be. Sorry, Kelazhur's trapped. And there we go. Gets a massive fungal, and Kelazhur, there's no way out of this. He will lose everything. Ay, ay, ay. Again, this area is a bait. There's just no way out of this. Kelazhur, he'll lose everything. She was trapped. Not like this. And now Kelazhur just plummets in supply down to this army. Couple of ghosts, couple of tanks, one Thor. Diego. He fought his heart out. But again, El Chamaco, he likes the mech. God. He enjoys it. As here comes out Lucas Wave, dives on the main army, does force friendly fire, the tanks are falling, and this is it. This is all he had left. Cham, he will overwhelm. GG gets called, and Cham, he will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, Cham. He will claim the series 3-0. Again, Cham looking a lot more aggressive is what I will say against Mech. He was a lot more aggressive, a lot more assertive, a lot more in the face of Kelazhur. And Kelazhur, he had a really hard time keeping up with that. He was torn apart left and right early on, and he just couldn't maintain his bases, couldn't maintain his economy, couldn't maintain his army either. There were so many moments where Cham was able to punish Kelazhur overextending, whether it came to his positioning or not. But GG. GG, well played, Cham. He will claim the series, and again, another bit of a longer series here. If we're 4 hours into the broadcast, and we've only casted 2 matches. Aye, but GG, well played with that. Cham will claim the series, and as a reminder, his next opponent did forfeit. Otherwise, we would have had another 2-hour series. But Special Juanito did forfeit his match, and up next we have Cham versus Future. We have confirmation Future did take down Scarlet 3-0, so my condolences to Scarlet fans. I mean, I myself am a Scarlet fan as well. We didn't get to see those matches. I don't think they were casted by anyone. I don't think they were casted, but yes, they did. That series did already wrap up. It was a bit of a shorter series, maybe more bio heavy, but Future did take down Scarlet 3-0. So Scarlet is out of the tournament, and up next we have Cham versus Future. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. And Jesus, oh my, we just got some more updates. Oh my god, the updates are coming in. Let's catch up on the bracket here. Let us catch up. Okay, here we go. So it looks like we don't really have looks like the Wikipedia page has not been updated, but the main bracket page has been. So you can see here it is. We do see Elizayo, aka Future. Future, he does take down us. Oh, actually, can't quite scroll down far enough here. But I'll let you know, Future did take down Scarlet 3-0, so that does have to be updated. Meanwhile, I just got another update, but Trigger took down Estrella 3-0 as well, so a very swift series between Trigger and Estrella. Trigger, he is now waiting in the grand finals, and he has a ways to wait. Trigger speed running his way through 3-0 Master, 3-0 Juanito, and 3-0 Max as well. Trigger not dropping a single game in this tournament, which again, coming into this, Trigger was favored. For those who don't know, Trigger, he spent a year in Korea. He was playing in last season of GSL, looking quite informed. Trigger, unlike a lot of these players, they did take some time off. I think we spoke about it during the qualifier last night, but almost every other player here took some time off during the off-season. They all took a break. Trigger did not. Trigger, he's been on that grind the entire off-season. So unlike these other players, Trigger, he's been in the midst and just engulfed and embraced in StarCraft, immersed in it, I should say, and oh, sorry, submerged in it, I should say. And with that, Trigger, he is very much so the favorite player. Like, he's the big pappy. He's the one to bring down, and we'll see if anyone can hold a candle to Trigger, as he's been grinding while everyone else has been taking a break. Oh boy. So GG, well played. Trigger, he's waiting in the grand finals, and again, up next is going to be Future versus Cham.